Hey, it's the holidays, and if you don't already have a Christmas tree, our garden guru, Nate, is here to help you, Nate Graboff. And Nate, we were just talking about before you go out, if you're getting your own live tree, there are some things you need to do before you ever hit the door on that trip, right?
That's right, yeah. One of the couple of things you want to do is after you measure up the room, okay, what I want you to do is make sure that the height and the width and everything is all proper, because nothing worse than getting a tree and having to deal with that kind of thing.
Fit.
Yeah. I've had that happen.
Have you?
Yeah, well, next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your tree stand is operational and properly working, okay? You make sure, actually, matter of fact, just bring it with you to the tree stands. You measure it up, this way you can figure out what branches to cut off, whatever. It makes life a lot easier, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so you know what size tree you want. You know you've got your stand ready. You go out to pick out your tree.
Right.
How do you know that you're getting one that's not going to be dead tomorrow?
Oh, good question. Here you go. As you want to test the needles out, okay? Let's go over to the Fraser fir.
All right.
The Fraser fir over here is one of the trees that you want to do is you never want to go against the grain. You always want to go with the grain. So if you're pulling the tree out, you make sure that there's no sap or nothing on your hands or whatever.
All right, so if you feel sap,
well, no, if you have needles coming off of you, and there's like a lot of product coming out.
Okay.
Like, this one's a really fresh tree. This was just cut, so it's a fresh tree. Another thing is also you want to take a look at make sure that your tree is the right kind of tree. There's all kinds of different types of trees. There's literally there's Fraser fir, Douglas fir, Noble fir. There's all kinds of different ones. Okay, this type of tree over here is a Douglas fir. The Douglas fir happens to be really a pretty tree for the fragrance, but it's really soft and it doesn't hold up on your ornaments too well. So if you have light ornaments, you want to make sure that you can use this kind of a tree. Okay, it's also less expensive too.
Because if you have heavy ornaments, you're going to be in trouble.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Next, you got the Noble fir, which is also really popular, as a matter of fact. This particular tree is really good for your heavier ornaments, your glass and that kind of stuff. It holds up better, and the needles hold up better as well. Okay, so you want to make sure that also the height, make sure that the thickness is as many branches as you have.
Okay.
This is the Fraser fir. The Fraser fir is more like the Cadillac of kind of trees. It holds up really well. It works really well for if it gets dry or whatever. It holds up. Okay, it holds up for longevity, like into January. This will hold up really well. I like this type of a tree myself.
Yeah,
also
it's got
for
a
the
nice
price.
shape too.
Okay, another thing is you want to take a look at is when you're dealing with these kind of trees is not only you're going to check the freshness of it. People ask me all the time. As a matter of fact, Jane Rudensky asked me recently, what's better to use? Do we use water? Do we use? Some people use vodka. Some people use.
Wait a second. Okay, so that's why I thought you were kicking up a little holiday party for it. So talk to me about this.
Here's the thing: is the additives to the tree. Okay, you got to freshly cut the tree. When you freshly cut the tree, it works well. You want to. Some people add vodka. Some people add ginger ale. Some people add aspirin. Some people. What I recommend is you use warm water in the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, and you use a preservative, like this kind of a preservative. This works really well. This is designed specifically for trees and for preserving Christmas trees. What it does is it loosens up the sap in the soil, in the tree, with all the resins and everything else, and makes the water flow easier and better. Okay, so moving on to another tip that I've got is over this way here. When you're standing up the tree, some people actually what they do is they'll hold it down and you'll get down and you'll say, "Honey, would you hold the tree for me?" or whatever, and that kind of. Don't do that. Here's another tip. What you want to do is you want to set up the tree, lay it down, twist it on, make sure it's kind of even, sort of, and then once you get it down there, you can actually just literally just take it.
Okay, this is something I have never thought of.
And stand it up by yourself. Okay, now it's close. Yeah,
hello.
I just kind of did it quick. But once it's close, now I could get down and you can actually tighten it up instead of holding it.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You bring it home. Obviously, they've been cut down. Yeah. Are you supposed to cut it again? And if so, at an angle, straight, how much?
Good. Okay. It takes it's been proven that it takes 45 minutes after it's cut that it starts to heal over.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're going to cut it at the tree stands or whatever, and then go shopping afterwards, you probably want to go home right away. Okay.
Okay.
You want to use warm water initially, and then use that preservative as well. And then afterwards, you want to keep the water fresh.
But you do want to make sure it has a fresh cut before you put it in your stand and in your house.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Absolutely. Another thing you could do is with the chip, with the end piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Another cool thing is like if it's a baby's first Christmas or first home or something like that, you drill a hole through the thing and you make that an ornament. You put a picture on it and the year. This is the year that we had our tree. You make that a tradition every year.
That's great. Nate, thanks. Hardest working man in the garden business. Thanks, Nate. Lauren.